Vegetables were once tied to season and region. People ate what grew best in each area, depending on the time of year. Modern agriculture changed the old idea of one region grows one kind of crop. Now, a rich variety of vegetables brightens tables year-round. In this colorful abundance, you'll find the real story of everyday life. These weathered cucumbers aren't for eating. They're for seeds.
This cucumber here is fully mature and ready for seed harvesting. Most of the seeds sit in this area. Each cucumber produces over 100 seeds.
The seed harvesting process is simple and efficient.
These are one of our institute's key varieties. Short stem, shiny green skin, dense spines. We call it the North China type.
China grows two major types of cucumbers. North of the Yellow River, the North China variety is most common, spiny, flower-tipped, green-skinned. South of the Yangtze, the South China type dominates, often called dryland cucumbers. China ranks first globally in both cucumber acreage and production. With 80 million tons harvested each year, China produces 80% of the world's supply. That's roughly 1 cucumber per person, per day. Cucumbers are easy to enjoy, but good seedlings are hard to come by. In the 1950s, cucumber diseases were widespread. Fresh cucumbers were rare.
The story of cucumbers in China is also the story of our institute's breeding journey.
To make cucumbers affordable and accessible, Ho Feng, known as the cucumber academician, devoted decades to the soil. He founded the Tianjin Cucumber Research Institute and set out to breed a better seed.
One night, all the seedlings turned yellow and died. Ho Feng was heartbroken. He asked, "Why is it so hard for us to grow a cucumber?" That moment drove his commitment to the field. He began with disease resistance, developing China's first hybrid series, Jinza. The Jinza line solved major disease challenges.
But curing disease wasn't enough, yield had to improve too. It took another 40 years of work to breed high-yield cucumbers. In the 1990s, a breakthrough came, GNU number 35.
Back then, greenhouse cucumbers typically yielded 15,000 kilograms per mu. GNU number 35 doubled that, reaching 30,000 kilograms.
Since then, cucumbers have become part of daily life. Seeds from generations of hard work are now stored in germplasm banks, waiting to be passed on. A new generation of breeders is ready to carry the torch.
Right now, whether it's our institute or others, this variety is widely used in breeding programs either as the male or female parent. It was used in 60 to 70% of combinations at its peak. That makes it one of the most valuable resources we have. Cucumber breeding is a baton that's been passed down from generation to generation, starting with Director Ho. The goal has always stayed the same: to make sure everyone in China can eat cucumbers developed by our own scientists. This little cucumber. There's one right here.
For 8 years, Zhang Xingping has been working on developing a fat-burning cucumber.
Health and weight loss rise with living standards. Functional foods like this are in growing demand.
All cucumbers contain a small molecule called malonic acid. Zhang wants to boost its concentration.
Malonic acid is unique. It helps block the conversion of sugars into fat and prevents fat from building up in the body.
In a time when excess fat is a common issue, a fat-burning cucumber has strong appeal. 8 years ago, Zhang and his team began this project. Back then China had no cucumbers with functional health properties.
Out of 3,300 global varieties, we narrowed it down to 115 core lines.
The key was finding the gene that controls malonic acid levels.
This gene makes the biggest difference. When it's there, malonic acid levels rise. Without it, they stay low.
Once that gene was identified, they used molecular marker technology to quickly and accurately select the best plants.
Out of 20,000 plants, I picked 200. Those 200 were spot on. All had high malonic acid content.
Modern molecular breeding has dramatically shortened new varieties' development cycle.
Come take a look. Almost all the flowers have set fruit. See, nearly full fruit set. It's super crisp. The skin is very thin. It can grow up to 8 meters long.
To grow this variety properly, a custom grafted seedling is needed. Cucumber seedlings are grafted onto squash rootstock to make use of squash's strong root system. In nursery trays, cucumber and squash seeds are sown together. With the right temperature and light, the seedlings germinate fast and evenly. After just over 10 days, once the seedlings grow to about 10 centimeters, they're ready for grafting. The side shoots of the squash seedling are cut away. Then the cucumber seedlings root. The two cut surfaces are matched and clipped together. That's a grafted seedling. The squash seedlings used for grafting are carefully selected. Their roots are vigorous, able to draw in more water and nutrients from the soil. They're also naturally disease-resistant, helping fend off soil-borne infections. Once grafted, the cucumber gains these strengths, growing faster and sturdier. To improve efficiency, nurseries have brought in automated grafting lines. Workers only need to feed in the seedlings, and the machine handles everything else. After the graft wounds heal, the plants are shipped to greenhouses across the country. Fat-burning cucumbers were the first functional varieties to reach the market. With cucumber now a table staple, more hybrid or specialty cucumbers may be on the way. China's vegetable list keeps expanding. Most common crops have followed a similar path. From scarcity to surplus, then to constant refinement, all for better taste, higher quality, and added health value. Each seed planted in fertile soil adds to the nation's well-being, with every harvest returning something greater. The annual China Vegetable Fair is underway again. Shouguang is the largest vegetable growing hub in China, and has now hosted this event 25 times. Here, the blend of land and technology has given rise to cutting-edge digital agriculture, and some jaw-dropping displays. 3-meter-long sponge gourds, giant pumpkins tipping the scales at over 250 kilograms, tomato trees yielding up to 3,000 kilograms per plant. The land may be the same, but the results are truly extraordinary. In this soil, the seeds of a better life are taking root. This is the display zone of a model vegetable garden, where all kinds of produce are on show. Liu Xinqing manages research and breeding here.
When I was growing up in the mountains, 20 or 30 years ago, we mostly ate cabbage, potatoes, and radishes. Now, look how many varieties we have. It's exploded in just 2 decades.
China now grows vegetables on over 300 million mu of land, harvesting more than 800 million tons a year. That makes it the world's largest producer by far. Liu has seen this transformation firsthand in Shouguang.
It used to take 8 or 10 years to develop a new variety. Now we're rolling them out every 2 to 3 years. Just in cherry tomatoes alone, there are over 200 varieties in Shouguang. Our domestically bred seeds have gone from a 20% market share to 80% today. There's no shortage of variety anymore.
Everyone's here, right? Let's go. Each of us takes a row. Pick the ripe ones you see. Be thorough, don't leave any behind. All set, let's begin.
Tomatoes in the greenhouse are picked just before they fully ripen. So they arrive in the south ready to eat. It's peak harvest season for red tomatoes. Villagers pick through the night to finish by morning.
We'll pick more tomorrow. I harvest every 3 days. Today these greenhouses, tomorrow the others. Yeah, just stack them like that. That's fine.
Tomatoes are one of the most widely grown vegetables in the world. China alone has over 2,000 registered varieties. Southern summers get too hot for tomatoes. Massive crops are grown up north and shipped south. Markets are busiest at sunrise. Farmers unload, buyers rush in. Tomatoes picked overnight flood the stalls. They don't sit around. Harvested in the morning, shipped by the afternoon.
In general, this year's crop's been great. We started at 5:30 this morning. Almost every family grows tomatoes now, only a few don't.
Come August and September, Chifeng becomes a key summer tomato hub, shipping nearly 1 million tons across the country.
As long as we get a good price after a season of hard work. That's all we can ask for.
Behind the big harvests are research teams working non-stop.
Got the numbers?
345 kilograms,
345 kilograms.
321 kilograms.
Not far from the market, researchers are testing new experimental breeds.
Here's the control, Sibid. It's a solid performer. Good coloring. Fruit set, high yield. But it has one issue, weak resistance to gray leaf spot. So farmers need more time, effort, and cost to manage the disease.
What farmers care most about is yield. Easy growing and disease resistance are top priorities. Gray leaf spot's the main concern now. If your management's solid, it's fine. But if you're not on top of it, the disease spreads fast.
In recent years, gray leaf spot has become widespread. In bad cases, farmers lose up to 80% of their crop.
It's manageable here since the climate's dry. But in humid areas, it's a major issue.
For over a decade, farmers in Chifeng have relied on a single red tomato variety.
Fruit sets beautifully, yields are consistent, cluster after cluster grows evenly. That's why it's been the go-to here for years. Nothing's replaced it yet.
The challenge now is to keep its strengths while improving its resistance. That's what the team's been working on for the past 3 years.
Tomatoes are a global crop. Everyone loves them. but taste preferences of consumers vary by country. A clear trend in recent years is that people want better flavor and texture. Whether it's cherry tomatoes, red slicers, or pink varieties, better taste is now the biggest demand.
China grows tomatoes on 16 million mu of land each year. Tastes vary by region. So a broader variety of tomatoes is needed to meet growing, specialized demand. In Xinjiang, big day-night temperature swings and ample sunshine make it a prime region for processing tomatoes. In Changji Prefecture, 250,000 mu of processing tomatoes are being harvested with machines. These egg-sized tomatoes are packed with lycopene. Most of them end up as ketchup or canned tomatoes. Xinjiang produces a quarter of the world's tomato paste. Pink tomatoes with thin skin and soft flesh are grown widely across China. They can be cooked or eaten fresh. And for many, they bring back the taste of childhood. Colorful, bite-sized tomatoes have moved beyond the vegetable aisle and into the fruit section. Whether eaten as a snack or added to a salad, they offer a mix of visual appeal and rich flavor. In northeast China, tomatoes with green bottoms and red tops are called steel-skinned persimmons. Once ripe, the flesh has a texture similar to strawberries. These tomatoes were grown in saline alkali soil. People are pushing the limits of what the land can produce.
This is all sand. It used to be completely barren. Nothing but sand.
Yu Hongjun has made countless trips to Jiuquan over the past 10+ years.
Just this year alone, I've been here 5 or 6 times, even more last year. It may look like fine soil, but under a microscope, it's all tiny sand grains. Basically silica. They come in different colors too. Kind of pretty, actually.
In land where even insects struggle to survive, Yu is determined to grow vegetables. He's a top expert in soilless farming, focused on growing crops in places with no soil at all.
We use the sand, mix in some organic matter, and grow crops with it. We call this sand-based cultivation. With this method, we built greenhouses using soilless techniques. Yields went up more than 10-fold. And we cut water usage by half.
Traditional farming depends on soil, but much of northwest China is covered by deserts and gravel. These areas can't hold nutrients or store water like real soil can.
When we first started building greenhouses here, it was all gravel just like over there. We had to bring in excavators to level the ground and lay a foundation before construction. Go down 30 meters and it's still all gravel. No soil, no way to retain water. The same gravel stretches all the way to the Chilean mountains. It's all the same. So when the wind blows, the rocks scatter. Nothing grows here, not even grass or grains.
What most see as unfarmable land, Yu sees as untapped potential.
Sand varies from place to place. Some holds water better. Some drains faster. Some has more salt. Even the grain size matters. We have to come up with different improvement plans for each type of sand, depending on the region.
This area was once desert on the edge of a village. 3 years ago, they began building greenhouses here.
About 3/4 of Jiuquan is like this barren Gobi Desert.
72 greenhouses now stand in the demonstration park, with different agronomists managing separate plots. trialing tomatoes, watermelons, and other crops.
Building facilities on the Gobi means using sand-based and substrate-based growing methods. Over the past 2 years, we've grown tomatoes, watermelons, cantaloupes, melons, peppers, cucumbers, just about everything. And all of them came out with excellent quality.
Zhochuan was one of the first places in China to explore greenhouse farming on the Gobi. It started in 2007 with just 3 greenhouses. By 2024, more than 100,000 have sprung up across the region. Inside these greenhouses, various soilless cultivation methods are used. Artificial growing mediums replace soil, paired with precise irrigation and fertilization systems.
Zhochuan led the way in Gobi agriculture across China. Once it gained traction, regions like Xinjiang, Inner Mongolia, Qinghai, and Tibet began developing their own non-arable land projects.
At the edge of urban sprawl, people are still wresting land back from the desert. Since 2007, Gansu has built 400,000 mu of Gobi greenhouses. That's the equivalent of adding 1 million mu of new farmland. Once short on vegetables, Gansu is now a major supplier. Each summer, a wave of highland vegetables hits the market, making the province a key summer vegetable hub. Yu Hongjun continues refining soilless techniques in Gobi greenhouses, still chasing his dream to turn more desert into farmland. In the same stretch of northwestern China lies Dingxi, Gansu. Potatoes came to China 400 years ago and have been grown in Dingxi for 200. On this dry, nutrient-poor land, potatoes used to be the lifeline crop. As both a staple and a side, potatoes hold a special place in Chinese cuisine. Times have changed. What used to be a survival potato in Dingxi is now a golden crop, taking on a new role and value. From seed breeding to starch processing, it has grown into a full-fledged industry. We all know potatoes, but most people haven't seen them grown like this. Suspended in mist. These aren't your everyday dinner potatoes. They're a special type of seed potato. The purest starting point in the potato breeding process known as foundation seeds.
The root system is incredibly long. These are the roots from our aeroponic system.
Yang oversees the production of these foundation seeds. He runs a seed potato breeding facility.
Once they're mature enough, we simply pick them off for harvest.
Foundation seeds are considered the chips of potatoes, top-tier, virus-free seeds, typically sold by the individual tuber. To understand their value, you have to understand how virus-free seed potatoes are produced. Potatoes reproduce asexually, accumulating dozens of soil-borne viruses over time. This causes the variety to degrade and reduces both yield and quality, making the crop unsuitable for replanting. That's why the first step in potato production is virus elimination. Li Xianfeng is a potato breeding researcher at the Dingxi Academy of Agricultural Sciences. Her main focus is removing viruses from seed potatoes. She lets the seed potatoes sprout, then pinches off the new shoots. Under a microscope, she isolates the tip of the shoot.
The tip about a millimeter wide. Like the tip of a needle.
That tiny tip is treated with a special solution to remove any viruses, then placed in a test tube with growth media. After 10 months, a single, completely virus-free seedling emerges from each tube. These virus-free seedlings are then sent to breeding facilities. Once planted, the potatoes growing from them are foundation seeds. There are various ways to grow foundation seeds. Aeroponic greenhouses are the most advanced method. Unlike growing in soil, this system keeps the potatoes clean and visible, making harvest straightforward and transparent. Thanks to intelligent climate controls, the temperature in the aeroponics chamber stays between 20 and 25 degrees Celsius. Every 15 minutes, an automated system mists the growing roots with nutrient-rich vapor. This high-tech method boosts fruiting rates, shortens growing cycles, and allows for year-round harvesting. Young plants over 1 million virus-free seedlings each year, producing 60 million foundation seed potatoes. These foundation seeds are the first generation in the entire propagation chain. They're used to grow base seed stock, then multiplied into first and second generation seeds before being sent to farms for large-scale cultivation. As one of China's main potato hubs, Dingxi, Gansu, has over 3 million mu of potato farmland. More than 30 farms like Yang's operate in the area, together producing 1.6 billion foundation seeds a year. That means 1 in every 2 foundation seeds in the market likely came from Dingxi. Each year, these valuable seeds are shipped across China, taking root and multiplying, supporting a vast and growing potato economy. China, as the world's largest producer of tuber crops, grows a wide variety of potatoes. Different latitudes grow different types of potatoes, and as a result, the land produces with greater precision. From Yenshu number 25 in Yantai, Shandong, to the mini sweet potatoes in Lin'an, Zhejiang, to the honey sweet Liuao varieties from Zhangzhou, Fujian. China's sweet potatoes keep diversifying. Each bite is a treat for the taste buds. Purple sweet potatoes, with their striking color and antioxidant-rich flesh, have become a new favorite. Yam, long and shaggy on the outside, reveals fine, white, starchy flesh beneath, a time-honored ingredient praised for its health benefits. Taro, smooth and soft, works well in both savory and sweet dishes, a true all-rounder at the table. Tuber crops are planted on over 106 million mu of land in China, producing over 30 billion kilograms annually. They're a major source of nutrition and a key part of a balanced diet. In Honghe, Yunnan, it's harvest time for Chaotian chili peppers. Once they start ripening, they're picked in waves, about every 20 days. Honghe is one of China's top Chaotian pepper regions, with high altitudes and strong sunlight that speed up ripening, producing peppers with bright color and strong aroma. Chilies have been in China for roughly 400 years. Despite the heat, they've become a nationwide favorite, essential in many local cuisines. Each region has its own spice level. Sichuan loves the burn. Guizhou embraces it. Hunan can't live without it. These spicy preferences have given rise to nearly 1,000 varieties of chili peppers across China. Beyond stir-fries and stews, there's another favorite way to enjoy heat. Chili paste. Its deep, rich flavor lights up the taste buds and keeps people coming back for more. This lab is focused on testing chili quality and developing fermented chili, soybean sauces. To develop chili, soybean paste that suits broad tastes, experts collect chili varieties from China and abroad, testing them for heat, aroma, and flavor.
We select peppers from all over. Some add heat without that harsh throat burn. They're smooth, not overpowering. Then we look at color. It needs to be a rich, glossy red, something that looks appetizing. And finally, aroma. The best ones smell fragrant, without that raw, grassy bite some chilies have.
Among all chili types, this small upward-facing variety stands out. Bright red, fragrant, and seriously spicy. It's become the go-to for making chili, soybean paste. Turning chilies into paste is both a natural process and a crafted one. Freshly picked chilies are destemmed, leaving just the pods, known as stemless chilies. They're processed the same day they're harvested, because freshness matters. From there, they go through a carefully controlled sorting line. Every impurity is washed away, revealing their pure, vivid color. After a final round of hand inspection, only the best chilies are chosen. They'll be sealed and fermented for 90 days. As the raw edge fades, the deep, rich aroma of fermented chili develops. These pickled chilies are now ready for the next journey. They're packed into large containers and sent to Foshan, Guangdong. From a tiny seed to a fully grown chili. From farm to factory. The full journey to becoming chili, soybean paste takes over 200 days. With time, flavor deepens. That's what makes this paste a perfect match for home-cooked meals. In the past, vegetables were bound by season and location. Our diets followed nature's rhythm. But with advances in agricultural tech, those limits have blurred, and in many places, disappeared. What once was autumn harvest and winter storage has become year-round abundance. Thriving vegetable gardens are reshaping how we eat, and showing how much the world has changed.